which is not very many out of 40,000, roughly 40,000 people. And on a statewide level, we have a higher than, our graduation rate, high school graduation rate, is higher than the state level. But on the dropout, we are thankfully lower. Mm-hmm. But after that, it seems to just kind of disappear.
I think I'm not sure of this number, but the statewide average for four-year degree is something only like 27% or something like that.
Right, and ours is only, it's not quite 15%. I'm being generous when I say 15%. Okay. I think it's like 13.7%.
Well, that'll be one of the things that I've addressed, or I will address in my work plan that I'm going to present to the advisory committee that I'll be working with. You know, trying to increase those numbers, to increase training and retraining. Mm-hmm.
We're going to have High Point out at the Armory here very shortly.
Yeah, and I'm still getting up to speed on that.
Deal.
Yes,
it's a good thing. Now, when it comes to those things like education, and we'll call it the Friday nights category of community, right? And infrastructure. How important are those things to attracting new business to our county?
Education. When you look at an educated workforce, and you look at the education system, those are probably right near the top on just about every employer's category.
Family moving here, right?
Well, absolutely. They want to make sure that they've got a workforce that's going to be able to support what they want to do, and that their employees, in particular the employees who are going to relocate here, are going to be able to have an educational system that the families are going to want to put their children into. So those things are both very important. One of the good things about
Champaign County is we have some of the hardest working people here, and these people are very well trained. I mean, we're very big on automotive, and like I said before, agricultural people are not, you know, they're not what you would, I guess the perception is that if you're a farm boy that you're not all that swift.
Well,
and it's absolutely complete opposite of that.
I don't think I've run across that.
You're probably pretty darn smart.
I don't think I've run across that anywhere, but one thing that I will say that this area enjoys, two things actually. One is reputation for a pretty good work ethic.
Oh yeah.
Hardworking, you know, they show up, they're on time, they, you know, respectful, that type of thing. Broad brushing it. Yeah, we've got our bad apples just like anywhere, but broad brush, this area has a reputation for a very good work ethic. And then secondly, you have a lot of skilled trades in this region with the manufacturing that's in, and that I've come to find out through my work through the foundation, through the Turner Foundation, that's important too when you're talking pipe fitters and electricians and HVAC. There's a good core of people in this region. Right. That are able to take on those skills because of previous training and work in that environment. So that's definitely an advantage for us too.
Now, back a long time ago, we won't say how long ago, but Honda came to Ohio. A lot of people don't realize this, but we can thank some people in Troy actually. And they weren't anybody special. I mean, we're talking about mayor, city councilman, maybe a county commissioner, who went on economic development missions. You know, they actually went out and found somebody, and they basically dragged Honda back here, kicking and screaming. Their first trip, I think, was to Germany, and it wasn't very successful. But they went to Honda and they said, look, you know, if you want to be treated like an American car maker, because back then they weren't very well liked as far as being a foreign car maker. Mm-hmm. If you want to be treated as an American car maker, maybe you should make your cars here. You know, so they brought them back here. Do we have any? Is there anything on the horizon for doing anything like that? Are we going to go out and actually knock on doors, or are we going to wait for people to come and knock on our door?
Well, not specifically to any kind of trips. You know, we don't have the budget or the staffing to be able mm-hmm. to do that. But one of my goals, part of my work plan, is to align ourselves with the efforts of both the Dayton Development Coalition and the State of Ohio Department of Development.
Okay.
Both
what
of those
about Morpsey? Which is I forget which one. Metropolitan. Regional.
I'm not too familiar with that organization. Yeah, I've
Ohio,
heard the acronym, but I'm not.
They're out of. It's the LUC only out of Columbus.
Okay.
It's like Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission,
Right.
which is down in Dayton. It's the same thing.
Mid Ohio something.
Mid Ohio Regional Planning
Right.
Commission.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them, although I understand what they do. But those talking about folks reaching out regionally, nationally, and internationally, those efforts are going to happen through big brothers like Dayton Development Coalition and Ohio Department of Development. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to ride on their coattails and follow their lead many times with them.
And they have a lot of resources that we could take advantage of that probably haven't been taken advantage of in the past.
Yeah, so I'm going to be building relationships there and trying to
you
get
said
ourselves
something.
in line for
I
that.
watched the city council meeting over again when you introduced yourself to city council, and I got to tell you something that you said that I was very, very impressed with. You said we can always get up from the table, but we got to show up.
That's right.
We can't be afraid to sit down and talk to people around us. We are not monolithic, all right? We are one county among 88, and we are one county seat out of many county seats and we should be reaching out to these people.
Yep.
And it doesn't hurt to talk to them.
Absolutely
like you
not.
said, we can always, if we don't like what we hear, we can always get up and leave. But to not show up is a mistake.
Absolutely.
And I was very, very impressed with that comment. I want to thank you very much for being on the program, and we're going to have to, anytime you need our help, you just give me a call and we'll have you on, and we'll talk about whatever it is you want to talk about.
Will do.
We want to be as supportive as possible.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to Champaign County.
Thank you.